Change the APG assembly here. I've already removed the printer cover, unplugged the power as well as the USB cable, have a Phillips screwdriver. So what we're going to do first is to access the two screws holding the assembly in place, we actually need to remove, they call this the initialization unit. So we're going to set the screws aside here. Of course, careful not to lose these screws. Do not touch the power, of course. And you see here, I'm coming from the back of the printer. I'm going to hold this so it does not fall on anything. And then I'm going to slowly just let it hang here so that you should be able to access the screw. So I have a long Phillips screwdriver here. I think this is about 8 inches. We're going to go through the frame to access the screw that's holding the AGP sensor, the AGP assembly in place. And you try to get a viewpoint shot of that Phillips screw. It's right there. There are two screws holding it in, so I'm going to remove that first screw first. So that's the first one. Careful not to lose the screw. And the second one is actually on the top here. Okay. Now this one is also going to be a little bit difficult to access as well. So what we're going to have to do is actually remove these two small screws that are covering that motor. And what we need is just a very small Phillips screwdriver for that. Set this aside. Careful not to pull any of the cables. And now you see here that's the other Phillips screw that's holding it in. Now you can. I'm going to see if I can try to use the same. Nope, I can't. So see if I can use this screwdriver I was using before, which I can. Perfect. So I'm just going to loosen that up. So I could just drop that screw, but I can find it later. But now this is the APG assembly. We're going to disconnect 1 and 2. See, this is the ground cable. When you're putting it back together, you just gotta do the complete opposite. Put the ground cable back on, plug the sensor back in, sensor cable at the bottom, sensor cable at the top. We're gonna line up the pin again. Make sure not to spin any of the gears. Leave the gears alone. Do not spin in any of them, of course. So I'm going to grab a Phillips screw, line it up, screw it back in place. Don't forget the bottom screw, which looks like that screw dropped down somewhere, but I'll find it later here. I'll find a replacement screw for that. So I have a replacement screw. We found it. Oh, good eye, good eye. Don't forget, I'm going to move this aside just a bit so we can screw the bottom piece in. Where did it go? Oh no, not again. As you can tell, I know I'm not on my A game today, guys, but let's try that again. There we go. Screw the bottom one in. Bottom one in, top one's in. Don't forget, reposition the initialization unit again. And that goes to the bottom. And there you have it. That's, oh, almost forgot. It needs a motor, of course. The cables must be facing down as well. So you're gonna line it up and then screw it in. That's one. I don't screw them in tight in the beginning. I make sure they're first lined up, the gears are touching, and then I go ahead and secure it. That goes through all the components actually, and that's how you install the APG.